Okay, we're ready to record. Hey, y'all want to go to Panama? Come on, go along with me. Let me tell you a little how long it takes to get from Panama from Sparta, Tennessee. Well, start out at my home in Sparta, Tennessee, and caught a U-Cart van to Nashville about 6 o'clock of the morning. It took about a little over an hour to get to the airport. Then, going through customs and everything, that takes a good hour, depending on how big the line is. And then you get through customs. Well, before you get through customs, you got to pull your belt off, pull your shoes off, nearly strip naked almost, but not really. But time they get through with you, you're holding on to your pants, hoping they don't fall down. Well, you get through customs at the airport, my last trip. After I got about through, these two security women come and grabbed my suitcase and said, "Come with me." Says, "You got something here you ain't supposed to have." I said, "Well, what the heck have I got in here that y'all want?" Well, they opened and searched my suitcase, and I had a dollar can of peanut butter. That's what they wanted. They took my little peanut butter from me. That's survival food when you're traveling. You get in these places and you don't like their food. You can always eat toast and peanut butter and a good old cup of coffee. Well, let's get back to what I was telling you. After you get through Nashville, and a lot of time you sit there an hour or two, and then we get on a plane and we're heading to Miami. And if I'm saying this wrong, somebody correct me. But it's somewhere around 3.5, 4.5 hours from Nashville to Miami Airport. Get to Miami and go through customs again, two or three times, and then you finally get to your gate and you sit there till it's time to load, and then they let the disabled and the handicapped get on first, and so then you got maybe I'd say hanging around Miami Airport a lot of time, 2 or 3 hours before you get on the plane. Then you get on the plane, and like I said, 3.5, 4.5 hours. You get to Panama, and then you have to go through customs, and it's like a mile and a half, 2 mile walk through that airport to get to the customs. You go through customs, show them your passport, and they stamp it, and then before you go out the door, now they've changed it now, but used to, and I thought it was a joke. They had a stoplight, yeah, like you see out on the street that you stop your car with. It was flashing green and red, and you slap a button. If it stops on green, you go straight on out the door and they don't check nothing. But if you get a red button, they check everything you got. And that can take a little while. And then I tell you, these Jamaicans scare me. I know they mean well, but you're not used to the customs. You'll start out the door and they'll grab your luggage and take off running. Well, I took off running after them and to find out they was taking it to a taxi. And I said, "Man, sir, I might not have wanted this taxi. They make me nervous, so I try to hang on to my luggage." Well, you get in a taxi and you go to you're leaving Cacumba Airport, Panama City, Panama. You get in a taxi and have them to take you to Albrook bus station. Heck, they got 3 and 4 stories high that the bus can ride up on and load people. Well, you get on the bus there, and you got about, if the roads you're doing right, you got about a 6 hour bus ride to get to David, Panama. And halfway through the trip, they'll stop at Santiago. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's a little bus station in a little town about halfway between Panama City and David. They'll stop there, and you got about 20 minutes to get off the bus and get you something to eat. Well, I got to being friends with one of the bus drivers and got to asking him how come he got to go into an air conditioner room and they served him like a king. He said, "Well," said, "we bring a bus load of customers for them to eat. they let us eat free, and we get to eat inside under the air conditioner. And so that was pretty interesting. Well, you get back on the bus and you ride the bus. It's like I'd say 2:30 in the morning when you get to San Diego, 2:33. Then you ride the bus there till 6 o'clock in the morning till you come into the little town of David. And then when you get to David, you got to find the bus going back to San Juan, and it's about at least a 2 hour bus ride after all their stops and everything. About 60, 65 miles back to a little village called San Juan. And then you get a taxi to take you about 3.5 miles back in the jungle. And you hope the people's home when you get there. And that's just a little bit of interesting things about Panama that we've been through several times. And a lot of their taxi is just an old pickup truck with a bench in the back with a tarp over it because it rains 9 months out of the year. And when it rains, it don't just sprinkle, it comes flash floods. And so, well, I thought I'd share this other little story with you today. And if y'all like these, comment. If you don't like them, comment. But we're going to start putting some of our stories on here, so at least we'll have them. If nobody else likes them, at least we like them. So this will be Panama Jeff. We're in Sparta, Tennessee, and we're signing off for now. Have a wonderful day.